Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Tabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, my name is Charles Tabansi. My handle is CTABANZ. Also, make sure you follow Dreamerspro on Instagram. Same name as the channel, Dreamerspro. And also make sure you check out the Dreamerspro podcast that we have in the comment section below. Let me get into this topic here. This morning, I was reading an article from fadeawayworld.net that was centered on some comments that Kevin Durant made on the eve of the NBA season starting. As you guys know, the NBA season starts tomorrow. Obviously, it depends on when you're going to see this show, but it starts tomorrow. And he was discussing the fact that he was basically discussing the idea of load management and how he doesn't support it. And to him, he's like, let's just go out there and play. And what happens, happens, and then we'll figure it out from there. And I said in that show that that was a very refreshing position for Kevin Durant to take at that moment. And then as I was kind of doing some other research, I then began to think of Kobe, who's my favorite player of all time. And I started to think about Michael Jordan. Now, if you think about MJ is widely regarded as the greatest player of all time. But apart from being the greatest player of all time, he's also one of the most durable players the NBA has ever seen. And he's one of these guys that had the approach of, I have an obligation to go out there and play for the fans and put on a show for them. Because I don't know if some kid is sitting up there and they may only have one opportunity in their lifetime to see me. They saved up money and then I show up and I just mail it in, or I don't even play. So that always seemed to be Michael Jordan's approach. And then I was doing more research and I came across an audio of MJ talking about load management and what it would be today. And he was discussing how when he played basketball, he never approached it from a standpoint of, okay, let me look for ways to rest and kind of mail it in and not give my full effort. He's like, no, I went 100% full throttle whenever I played. So what we want to do is want to play a quick clip of Jordan talking about this. Is a very short clip, about a minute or so, and then we're going to come back. Take a listen to what MJ had to say here about this.
People are starting to forget that when I play basketball, I don't play conservatively. I play all out. I feel that I'm the leader of the ball club. So I can't say that I'm going to try to play and conserve 28 minutes so that by the end of the season, I'm going to be more rested. I'm all out.
So you heard what Michael Jordan had to say there about that. Now, this morning, I also did some further research, and there was an article that was written where essentially Jordan was predicting the rise of load management and players skipping games. And we got this from WeNotchaWorld.com. And I want to read a little bit of what this article has to say here. In the book, the article says, driven within Mark Vancil, Jordan, in a somewhat prophetic way, talks about the future of the NBA and why it will be necessary for players to see the examples of success so they can achieve by themselves. Jordan said the younger generation of NBA players would have to see older guys playing hurt, or at least not being 100% ready for a game, to realize that is sometimes the only way to achieve greatness and respect from the fans and their peers. You can hear about how somebody played or read about the best way to achieve success, but people need to set examples. Until they see, they won't do it. It's easy to talk about what Jerry West did, but it's not easy to see what he did. Tomorrow's kids are going to have to see someone playing hurt, see someone practicing the day after winning a championship. We have to provide examples so they can relate to that ideal. Otherwise, they will get bad habits. If we lose that gap, then it starts to fade away. And 20 years from now, you will never see someone play sick or get on the floor with a sore ankle. That's what MJ had to say. Now, I want to quickly play a compilation of audios of what Kobe Bryant had to say about this very thing, because some people may describe Kobe to a certain extent as a pupil of Michael Jordan. So I want to quickly play what Kobe Bryant had to say here to kind of accentuate the points that MJ just made, and then we'll come back and continue on with the show. Take a listen to what Kobe had to say here.
Job to be in shape. It's your job to be strong enough to perform at that level every single night. And as a competitor, I'm not ducking. Like, it's not, oh my God, my back hurts, I'm sore, we got to play Vince Carter and Toronto Raptors tonight. We actually had this happen. We had a game against Toronto in 2000, and Vince was tearing the league up. My back was jacked. But like the perception of that, like, what? Kobe's missing the game against Toronto, Vince Carter, because my back was really spasming. But people will be like, what? Oh, he's ducking Vince. Excuse me? No, I don't think so. So I would be in the layup line like, okay, there's a lot of days where, you can rest and recover.
But in terms of the integrity of the game or the competitiveness of the game?
Well, here's the problem. The problem is, for a family who spends their hard-earned money to come and watch their favorite players play, and they show up and the player's not playing. That's the tough part. I felt like if you can play, you should go out there and play.
If a coach said to you, "You're not playing," would you have had an issue with it?
Well,
they're saying
honestly,
that it can be the coach's decision.
Yeah, I've never been approached by a coach and asked me to rest. I think they knew better than that.
Well, to me, what resonates, and I'm not going to belabor this subject, but what resonates to me about players sitting down, it's one thing if you're not playing. It's another thing when you announce to the world it's because of rest, while you're dressed in street clothes, chilling on the bench, smiling and laughing with your teammates when the fans came to see you play and you're a marquee and you're not there.
Listen, you can build your game differently, right? And I think, one of the things I learned from MJ is on second nights of back-to-backs, when it's fourth game, 5 nights, whatever the case may be, the game would alter. Right? He changed his game a little bit. I might be on the perimeter the first 2 games. Now I'm going to slide down to the post. I'm going to play a little closer to the basket. I'll play off the ball a little bit more. Right? So there are ways where you can kind of alter your game, where you can get rest within the game, but still be efficient.
So you heard what Kobe had to say. Now let me give you guys some information here. I went through Jordan's career and I looked at his 15-year career and I looked at the amount of times Jordan played at least 80 plus games. Let's go through them. He played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Here's the staggering number. At the age of 40 years old, MJ played 82 games. That is with a bad knee. Michael Jordan played 82 games at the age of 40. Let's go through the career of Kobe Bryant quickly. And let's look at some of the seasons that Kobe played at least 70 plus games, because early in his career, he didn't get to play as much. His rookie season, Kobe played 71 games, then he played 79. Then he played 80. That's 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then 10, and then 11. And then his final season, he played 66 because he got injured. Kobe played at least 11 times. At least 11 times. Now, these guys, I believe what sets them apart from all of these guys is that they felt a sense of responsibility. They felt a sense of responsibility and obligation to the fans. And I also think that there was a deep love for the game. I don't believe that Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan played for money. I do believe that they enjoyed the money that came with their jobs, obviously, but I don't believe that that was their primary motivator. I really don't believe so. And I think there are only there are only like a handful of players that are like that. I think Kevin Garnett is one of them. I think John Stockton is one of them. I think Karl Malone is one of them. Where these guys just play. Karl Malone, John Stockton, these guys were iron men. But for Jordan at the age of 40 years old to play, I can guarantee you will never see something like that ever again. You will never see an NBA player at the age of 40 years old play every single game in a season. And I don't think it was about preserving his body. I think it was about giving the game everything and not leaving nothing on the floor. Now, it may sound like, oh, that sounds like such a cliche, but I believe these guys really believe that. Now, some people will say, but wait a minute, you're a Kawhi Leonard fan. And I hold that against him to a certain extent. Now, Kawhi Leonard recently pushed back on the notion that he doesn't enjoy playing games. I understand it. And Kawhi didn't start load management. That was something that Greg Popovich started. And then the entire league adopted it, right? And ran with it. And now, and well, not now, but as of recent, it was running rampant all over. It was just, the entire thing had just run amok. It had run amok. So to me, it is refreshing to hear the greatest of the greats say this. And for Jordan to have predicted this, it's something. Now, I don't want to get into the money part because then it comes down to the individual. Some people are only motivated by money, and that's the only thing that moves them. And once they get their bag, that's it. Whereas some people, they can be motivated to make a lot of money, but also do great work. So I don't want to get into that aspect because then you have to start singling guys out. But to me, I really appreciate the fact that Jordan said that, and it looked like he was 100% correct. So what I want to know from you guys is, what do you think about MJ's prediction about the modern NBA and some of the things that Kobe Bryant had to say? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.